Welcome. Well, you're at home with Jim and Joy, and you are an important part of our EWTN family. And we are delighted that you have welcomed us into your home. You know, we would love to hear from you. So today, we would love to hear your comments. You're watching. It's Monday. It's a live broadcast. Please give us a jingle at 1-800-221-9460. If you are calling and you are outside North America, you can always reach us at area code 205-271-2980. And you can always send us an email with a question or a comment to Jim and Joy at EWTN.com, and check us out there on Facebook. Well, the question for today's show. What do you think people need to know to support those who suffer pregnancy and infant loss? What do you need to know? And we want our family to know that, whether you know this or not, October is Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month. Did you know that? And it was President Ronald Reagan who proclaimed that in our country, right? And so we want you to go to a great website. It's called lifeperspectives.com, miscarriagehurts.com, and abortionchangesyou.com.
And Joy, all those websites are for the guests that we're going to have on Wednesday and Thursday.
Yes.
Dr. Michaeline Friedenberg. And so we'll be speaking with her more on this reality of pregnancy loss, stillbirth, infant
loss,
death, and abortion as well, because that's a loss too.
Right. They're all losses.
It's a different type of loss, but the same human being, and they're all losses. And so she has this whole sharing, on her website about all the different types of losses and what that means, what you go through, being sensitive to that, the ways of healing, toolkits for each situation, for each person as they're experiencing loss. It's tremendous. So it's going to be a great Monday today and Wednesday and Thursday, but we want to hear from you. We want you to call us. We want you to email us, because the question we think is a good question. What do you think people need to know about miscarriage, pregnancy loss, and so on? So that might be coming from your own experience, your situation, of your loss, of your child, of your loved one. What do you wish people knew? Or what resources do you know about that can help people? There's more resources maybe than we know, like Life Perspectives and Heaven's Gain. So we're going to speak about ways to get help.
Well, and the statistics are this: 1 in every 4 pregnancy ends in a spontaneous miscarriage. And so many of us in our families have been affected by it. How did we respond? What did we know? What did we say? What didn't we say? What didn't we do? And maybe it happened to you 40 years ago. Maybe it happened 20 years ago and you never told anybody. Maybe you never really shared about it. Maybe you did what people say, and sometimes people say not helpful things. And so we're going to talk about that, but we certainly want to hear from you. So what do you think people need to know to support those who suffer pregnancy and infant loss?
And if you suffered a loss, we are so sorry for the loss of your child, for the loss of your family member, however this one passed on. 1-800-221-9460, 1-800-221-9460. Give us a call, email us. We'd love to hear from you. You can call anonymously. And so let's have that conversation today. We'll be right back. There's plenty more to come. And we look forward to your participation. And in the midst of it all, be filled with hope. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Well, remember that today we're taking your comments on our show today. So if you're watching, it's a live broadcast. Please give us a jingle at 1-800-221-9460. If you are calling and you are outside North America, you can reach us at area code 205-271-2980. You can always send us an email with a question or a comment to Jim and Joy at EWTN.com, and certainly check us out on Facebook. Now, the question was this: what do you think people need to know to support those who suffer pregnancy loss and infant loss? And maybe you were one of those persons, and you said, gee, when I had my miscarriage and I suffered my pregnancy loss, this was helpful, this wasn't helpful, or maybe nobody did no thing for you. Nobody said anything. People didn't know what to say. They didn't want to hurt your feelings, so they just kind of pulled back and away.
And, we want to hear from the men.
Yes.
Because you've suffered loss, the dads, grandmas and grandpas.
The whole family
What was it like
suffers.
for you to lose your grandchild, however this child, passed away, died? And so we want to hear from everyone who has something they'd like to share. On the phone now is Donna Murphy, Executive Director of Heaven's Gain Ministries. That's heavensgain.org. And Heaven's Gain is a pregnancy loss. They have pregnancy loss products and services. You need to go to the website. Donna personally and Heaven's Gain Ministries meant so much to Joy and myself, because they're right there on the spot. And we hear from people, we have 9 miscarriages in our own family of our grandchildren. And Donna's right there. You can speak to Donna. She has products. I'm speaking about caskets, vaults, and ministry to people. And we just laid a baby to rest 2 weeks ago. Somebody called us because they know our involvement in pro-life and said, I just had a miscarriage. I have the little baby. What do I do? I don't have a lot of money. Where do I bury the baby? What do I do about a casket? And they're really distraught.
Yes.
And because we've worked with Donna, we're able to help people in this situation. Anyway, Donna, you go right ahead. We're so glad you're back with us. I'm at home with Jim and Joy, and just wanted your reflections on, what people need to know in the midst of this situation.
First thing that comes to mind is to talk less and listen more. We need to remember that these parents were expecting a healthy baby and that they may be in a state of shock. We should tell them, that you're very sorry that they've lost their baby. This simple statement acknowledges that the miscarried or stillborn baby was truly a loss of one of their children. It also permits the family to grieve the loss of that child, which is so important, that they feel like they can grieve that loss. Society today doesn't really allow us to grieve the loss of our unborn babies. Now, if that family has not delivered the baby yet, get them in touch with an organization that can help prepare them for their baby's birth, whether it's a miscarriage at home or a late miscarriage or stillbirth in the hospital. Because when a family is properly prepared for the delivery of their baby, it changes the panic and fear to a feeling of knowledge and empowerment. That way they can make the best decisions when delivering their baby and then make the most of their time with their baby after the baby is born. So, for instance, if someone's experiencing a miscarriage at home, we at Heaven's Gain have miscarriage kits, or you can create your own. You'll need a collection pan for blood because you want to be able to call the doctor's office and say, I lost this much blood. Do I need to come in? A colander to catch the baby so it doesn't hit the toilet water. A vessel to place the baby in. And we have a card in our miscarriage kit that shows the size and appearance of the babies at different gestational ages. Miscarriage or stillbirth in the hospital, we have a birth plan online that you can fill out yourself, but we do recommend that you fill it out that understands, that can listen to your worries and prepare you for what to expect when you deliver at the hospital, like what the labor may look like, what the baby might look like, or memories you might want to make with your child, or memorabilia that you want to make, like footprints or handprints or pictures. We also recommend that with the family's permission, have friends and family sign up for times to pray the entire time that person that family, is going through this, as they're in labor, either at home or at the hospital. And if the family asks what they should do with their baby's body, help them to find information on cremation or burial specific to miscarriage and stillbirth. And we have a lot of that information at heavensgain.org. It's so important not to fill the sorrowful silence with words, and it's okay to give the parents a hug or sit in silence with them and listen to them. And it's okay for them to see a tear or two in your eyes. That way they know you really do believe you truly lost a baby. We don't recommend that you offer platitudes or try and make answers like God must have needed another angel. He doesn't need another angel, and if he wants an angel, he'll create one. Or it's great it happened earlier, you didn't get too attached. Assumptions like that are not good. We believe life begins at conception, and so we must treat that life as a valuable life no matter how old the baby is. Some people say things like, be thankful for the children you have. We don't. Of course they're thankful for the child they have. If they would have lost a child who's born and healthy, you would understand that grief. So please try and understand this grief. Or the baby might have been sick. And so if we believe in the value of all human life, healthy or sick, we need to understand that even a sick baby has value. But instead they can offer real help. Like, don't say, call me if you need anything, but ask a specific question like, what day can I bring over a dinner? Or please make a list. I'm going to the grocery store and I'll pick up what you need. Or can I make some calls for you? Or can I help you make a program for your service or burial? And then afterward, suggest that they go to a support group that is specific to loss of a baby, not an adult or older child loss group. And we at Heaven's Gain offer online support groups on the second Thursday of each month at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We also offer support to individuals and couples, and all of our support services are free. There might be organizations in your area that offer support groups. If they do, make sure that they're specific to pregnancy loss. And of course, you can offer to babysit while they go to those different support groups. Now, I know I threw a whole bunch of stuff at you because I had so much to tell you.
Yes.
But if I only had one thing to say is, just say, I am sorry for the loss of your baby. If you only say that, that is helpful by itself.
Donna, thank you so very much for your articulation of pregnancy loss, the practical things that people are thinking about as this is happening, that you're there, you have information as somebody's miscarrying, after the miscarriage, did they miscarry at home, is it in the hospital, all the different questions. Go to heavensgain.org. That's heavensgain.org. And just so many resources are there. People don't know about the resources, but you've been a great resource to us personally, and I hope that people will visit your site. Thank you so much, Donna.
Thank
God
you,
bless
Donna.
you, dear.
God bless you.
Thanks for having me on. Bye-bye.
Well, I loved everything that she said, and when we had her on our show, she was really enlightening. And because there are so many people that you've gone through that, you've had pregnancy loss, maybe family member, and maybe you said all the wrong things, or maybe you did all the wrong things, and you could still say, I'm sorry, I didn't know. Now I know that wasn't helpful what I said or what I did. Yeah. We can still say that we're sorry, or maybe as a family we never grieved. Maybe your husband. The medical community, I was a part of it, and I had people come in and a doctor say something, and I was like, he didn't really just say that. Like, well, you have 6 kids. Don't worry, you can have another one. And, it was just like, he needs to get out of here, like right now.
Yeah, well, we had a guest on recently that spoke about 2 miscarriages in their family, and his wife was there, and like the baby was alive a day before, and then they go in, and now the baby's deceased, within her, and the doctor keeps talking about the products of conception, and she confronts him. You're speaking about my baby, and she's traumatized anyway. And so we could put down the doctor and nurse, but you know what? Everybody needs training.
Everybody needs to be educated.
And that's what Michaeline Friedenberg does. We'll get her on Wednesday and Thursday. Because a lot of people mean well,
yes.
but you just don't know quite how to put it, or you're in a clinical setting and you're speaking clinically, and it's hurtful. And most people, I think just about everybody, is trying to help, trying to be there. You're just not thinking about this. Mm-hmm. And then suddenly this is before you, this loss of this person, the loss of this family member. Michaeline likes to speak about these little ones as family members, and we're not trained in that. So a site like heavensgain.org and lifeperspectives.com will help greatly, so that if we go through this, we've got some language, we know what's going on, or even after, to reflect upon it or to help somebody. That's why we want to hear from you. What would you like to say about this? What do you wish happened for you? What do you know now that you didn't know then? So if you want to call us, email us, we'd love to hear from you. there's so much education in this area. That's why I'm grateful that there is, there's some of these things, it's this day, that day, and some of them really don't mean very much to me. But pregnancy loss, infant loss, stillbirth, and yes, they're not exactly the same. The children are abortion. And she has a site, Michaeline does, Abortion Changes You.
Yes.
So how do we work with healing for people who've experienced post-abortion? How does that differ than miscarriage? How does that, because yes, they're all human beings. It's a real loss of a family member, but how did this child die? How did this child pass away? And that could be different scenarios and situations. They're all equal, but okay, how do we speak into this? What happened? What's the trauma of it? Do you speak a little bit differently? What kind of healing is needed here? And thank God for Life Perspectives and for Heaven's Gate.
Heaven's Gate. And there are a lot of aspects to it. You're going through the physical trauma, then you have the emotional trauma, and then you have the practical trauma that you have to go through. Like, what is our response now? What do we do now? Does the medical community support us, or is our church supporting us? Is our family supporting us? And I think of Steve Carlin when we had him on our show last week, and
40 days,
40 Days for Life, and they had a miscarriage, and they were going to have a funeral, and his parents just didn't know, and he had to educate his parents.
Well, he invited his parents to come, and they weren't going to come.
Right,
but there was reasons for that too.
Right, and then it's just kind of like, hey, if my child died, wouldn't you be here? It's like, my child died. And so ways that we respond, and it's educating in love, being patient, being hopeful. Hope deferred makes the heart sick. So if you have loss, you have a sick heart. There's a cavity in your soul, and Jesus alone will come and heal that. We have a comment from someone said, I know what helped me, and it took me about 10 years to do it. We named our baby and then had a mass said for him. We didn't know if Christian, what we named ours, was male or female. But once we did that, the pain was lifted. Not totally, but some. I didn't ask if my baby was male or female because I thought it was too painful to know anything. But by naming him and offering a mass for him was comforting. And I've also asked him to pray for me. And I hope that the tiny bit of advice helps someone else. And it was given to me, and I'm glad I took it. And my husband loved the idea too, and it helped us to heal. And this was Christy on Facebook.
Yeah.
So that's, and we shared with Dr. Michaeline Friedenberg, and she said, yes, that is helpful. Or if you don't know the name, we had multiple miscarriages, and we put them all together and put for all my children, right? And put them in a burial place and had a mass said, and it was an interment, and it was very helpful, even on the gravesite. It's important because we have to respond because there's pain inside of us, and we want your pain and your suffering. Our good Lord wants our pain and our suffering to mean something, and not just suffer alone, suffer in silence, and never heal.
And that was what that response was about, that there's a communal thing.
Yes.
There's a husband and wife thing, there's an individual thing that goes on, but there's also a family thing that happens, a communal thing. You're part of a church, you're part of a synagogue, whatever it is. And to have to acknowledge by the community, we lost a member of our family. And so it may happen right at that time, and you have a service, you have a ceremony, you have a ritual, or it may be 1 year, 5 years, 10 years. Because you may only have your child physically for a short period of time. That's one of the sayings, I loved you every moment you were within me, and I'll love you every moment of my life. See, because that connection continues to go on. Let's take
it says,
this one.
we have a Catholic remembrance service, public invited to honor and or name a child lost to miscarriage, stillborn, passed during infancy, or lost to abortion. And their name is written on a remembrance quilt, which is displayed in our Blessed Sacrament Chapel during the month of November. Many had no idea that the baby can be named. And this was from Diane on Facebook. How beautiful that is, because we in our Catholic community, we're celebrating All Souls. We're celebrating that in the month of October and November, and we want to have remembrance. And so this woman said they made a quilt, and they put the beautiful names on the quilt. An outward invisible sign of your inward reality, and it helps to heal and comfort.
Joy, from the reading we did, I hope that it's accurate. that it was Ronald Reagan that said, you know, we need a day, I think it's October 15th, yeah, but they do a whole month, where we need a bereavement time. We need to grieve the loss of our children through miscarriage and stillbirth, and I'm saying these quick, but they're so painful. And we need a time to grieve as a nation and to recognize this. So it's really personal, it's family, it's especially faith communities, and then as a nation, there are many people that don't have faith at all, but they know the loss.
But they have loss.
They're human beings, and that they know they've lost someone, and that they still love this person, and they want them to be part of the community. They are, but they want them to be acknowledged. And so thanks for your comments, and there's plenty more to come. As Joy said, hope deferred makes the heart sick, but blessed are those who mourn, because you will be comforted. So mourn, and come to that place of greater resolution, and perhaps even minister to others. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Welcome back. Well, there are lots of things that we could do as a family. We've had our losses, and one area in my home that I have a picture of all my grandchildren, and I also have a picture of an ultrasound, and I have a little statue that I believe I got from Heaven's Gains, and it's an infant baby in angel's wings. And I have it there because it's a representation of my miscarried grandchildren, because we don't want to forget about them either. And so they're among all the pictures of my living grandchildren. Well, these grandchildren are living also. They're just not living here on earth. And so it comforts me. I see them among my other grandchildren. And even sometimes the grandchildren ask what they know, and so becomes a teachable moment that we have family members in heaven, and they're waiting to play with you and be with you and to know you. And you can ask them to be praying for you. So it connects you. It heals you, and it connects you to the children that are in heaven that are waiting for you. And one day, when their mommies come home, they will say, "Yay, Mommy, you're home."
Yeah.
And they can hold their children.
Yeah,
that's going to happen.
That's such an incredibly important aspect. You know, Joy, we do so much with post-abortion healing, and so many regret their abortions, and they heal. Rachel's Vineyard is a great resource for that, rachelsvineyard.org, I think it is. And they have this regret because they're bonded with their baby, and they may have made a wrong choice, and it's different from miscarriage because these are to some degree willed deaths of children. These weren't willed and so on, but if you have regret, it's because you love. Whether you've aborted a baby or it's miscarriage or whatever, that boy or girl's, you have love for that child. And it's important to continue that relationship. And I think, now I'm going out into the, we really don't know things. I believe those children are in relationship with those mothers, and that they want a relationship that's up to date. They're not in the same condition they were when they were miscarried, when they were aborted, when they were whatever. And it's kind of like, you're stuck, Mom. You're really stuck. And I'm glad that you love me, but let's have a relationship now the way it is. Not to forget about what took place, and we learned from that, but to be healed, I need to know you now. You're my mother. You're the only mother I have. And if there is a hereafter, I think we're going to know about that relationship. So it's a very sensitive reality. It's not just a subject. It's the loss of our family members. We want you to have hope. We want you to know the resources. Go to heavengain.org and lifeperspectives.com. They also have Miscarriage Hurts. They have Abortion Changes You. And so we want you to know the resources that are there. So God bless you. God bless all of your loved ones. God can take every evil and turn it into a good. He'll take every curse and turn it into a blessing. And he can take death and turn it into life. You're an important part of this EWTN family. You're never alone, and you're always at home with Jim and with Joy. Bye now.